Hello, hello. You're watching Pink Contour, and this is Jade Scott, your host. Alrighty, guys, so today I want to show you guys everything that I carry in my makeup kit, whether I'm going to set, whether I am, going to a film set, a photo shoot. This is everything. It doesn't really matter. I do have some separate things for SFX, but this is everything. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to have like 1,000 IKEA drawers or Alex drawers or whatever of makeup, and that's just not the case. One simple little drawer and a few versatile products are enough. Like, don't go out and spend your rent money. Like, spend your rent money if you want to. Like, you don't have to have a house, but you don't have to do that in order to do makeup and to be a makeup artist. If there are things that you want to add to your collection, like for me, there are things that I want to add to my collection that I don't necessarily need, but I think they would just, take that one extra step, So, because there are those things, you will see my collection expand, but otherwise, and those extra things, they're primarily eyeshadows, so it's all good. All right, so which side should I start with first? You know what? I feel like this side is like more aesthetic. So let's go over here. You can see my floor. Good thing you can't see my feet. All right, so you'll notice, and I'm gonna have a video coming out where I explain why I only at this point in time will use Real Techniques brushes, but you'll notice that there's a sea of them over here, girl. I I got paid and went a little crazy. I went out and like bought as many of the collections I resonated with, because there are these weird like fan ones, and I looked at them and I was like, sis, what? Huh? So with that said, I just went out and got what mattered to me. Now, no, this is not a brand deal. I'm going to explain why I only use Pixie Woo brushes and in a whole video. So I'm not going to get into it here because it is a very simple concept and I want to save it for that video, girl. But yeah, so we've got the brushes over here, just general tools. We've got some palette knives, if I can find them. Eyelash curler, the Real Techniques Beauty Blender, which I don't use. I don't believe in these. I feel like they're unsanitary. I know like there's 1,001 ways on YouTube, especially to clean them, but like it's here just to be cute. I don't believe in that. Like, if you want to use a sponge, buy the wedges. Buy the wedges and throw them away. And maybe it's different for me because I work on different people every time, but like I just don't. I can't get on board with that. Moving right along. Do you remember that shade I was throwing in my previous video about dupes for the Flash palette? Well, look at that. Oh. Whoop. Yeah, I don't have the Flash palette either, you guys. As much as I would love to justify spending $100 on a palette that I have to throw away in 24 months, there are bells.
I fucking feel that shit, dude. That shit looks awful.
Can I have a kissy though?
No.
How are you gonna just walk in here and then be all like, I will rip your beard off. I will rip your beard off.
At least it'll be shaved. You're gonna do it today, right?
Yeah. I love you. All right, so kind of forget where I left off. Oh yeah, I can't justify spending $100. And it's not that I don't believe in my craft. I've been working since 13, and I know many people are gonna be all like, oh bullshit. Well, guess what, sis? I have suck a dick. But I've been working since 13. My kit should definitely be more prestigious, more fleshed out. There should be some higher end products in here just because of the people that I want to work with and the people I have worked with, but I don't know. It's hard for me. I don't know. Like, it's one thing to buy a quality product and to buy something because you want the quality, but because I know that at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm spending that money because the people I am working on want to feel bougie or snooty, or they like Makeup Forever or whatever. I it's not a real reason to me. Like, this bad boy works. I've tested it on myself, in my waterline, on my skin, behind my ear, on the inner forearm, which I can do a whole video if you want. Like, I can wait until my skin is relatively clear and show you guys what extended use of the flash palette, of this particular flash palette, does. Just because they are cream based. So if you have comedogenic skin, you're going to have a problem. But anyway, you're going to have a problem if you're not properly taking care of things. But anyway, I don't have the real flash palettes. Do I plan on getting them? Yes. Yes, I do. But as of right now, we're with CC Beauty, okay, sis? And that's all I'm going to say on that. We have the Airspun powder because you get a lot for what I think you get a lot for what you pay for, as far as I'm concerned. It's supposed to be neutral, although it's coming in person, it looks a little bit more yellow. And then on camera, it actually looks a bit more beige, more pinkish. So hopefully I'll be able to use this on my sisters as well. If not, I've got a few powders over there for them. And then we've got 2 highlighters, a warm and a cool shade. And otherwise, I just kind of mix my highlighters. Oh, I'm falling off my bed. Oh well. We've got some individual lashes over here. Nothing too expensive, nothing too crazy. Just because I love the look that individual lashes give. And, you know, my friend, she runs a business called AMC Minx, which I'll leave a link down in the description for that. She hasn't asked me to say anything about it. It's just, you know, I want to support the people I know. I just don't like applying strip lashes because to me, it's almost saying that everyone should look the same. And I really like making that person look like an enhanced version of themselves, not an attempt at being Kim Kardashian. And I feel like that's a lot of what we see these days. Like, everyone wants to be Kim Kardashian, or they're trying to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I know some people are going to get offended by that, but please, just bear with me. Like, come on, like, you have to understand, not everyone should be rocking a cut crease. Like, not only is that fundamentally wrong as far as makeup goes and what it stands for today, but also that's not going to work for everyone's eye shape. Like, I mean, I've seen people make it work, but honey, come on now. Moving right along, we've got some moisturizer. I love this stuff. You're really supposed to use it at night, but I find that it works great in conjunction with the flash palette if I want a stretch product. And, you know, I really love it for that. And I've used this myself. And I do notice a difference in my skin after a couple of days, but I find that if I put too much on, my skin feels like oily, and I don't really care for that. We have a Bobbi Brown cleansing oil. Love this stuff. I got it in the mall once. And ever since then, I've been hooked on it, so it's something I keep in my kit. Now that I'll spend money on, because I know for sure that it works, and I obviously have not seen any dupes for it. Bobbi Brown, they don't even make this color anymore. If it'll focus. Whatever. Oh. I guess it's just called Deep. Anyhow. It is this like kind of, I don't want to call it mocha, but it's almost like a red mud color, if that makes any sense, or clay. If you kind of, red clay, if you think back to nature. And then we have this yellow based Bare Minerals powder. Love this stuff. I love the way it blends down into the skin. I wouldn't necessarily put this over a cream product because it has something of a cream finish. It's quite interesting. You apply it to the skin and it almost works itself into a cream. It's cool. Then we have our NYX eyeshadows. Now I bought all three of these for the versatility and to be able to set these for when I do some crazy fun colors. But while I love these palettes, I'm not necessarily obsessed with the pigmentation, and maybe that's just an issue I'm having. Maybe I got a dud, but I do plan on expanding my eyeshadows anyway, and these will probably kind of not fall away. I think I'm always going to buy these because I love this set, but I probably will use them more in my personal use than I would on set. And my little glitters. I got this case from Michaels. I love this case. If I could get more cases like this, but for everything, I will. Because I just love the sleek look. It's so clean. You walk on set and, you know, you pull this out and your client or your actress or whoever sees it and they immediately think, wow, okay, I'm working with someone that genuinely knows what they're doing. Look at how clean their supplies are. Look at how organized they are. And that's something you want. You know, like, I hate to say it, but Instagram and YouTube, that's not where it ends. You know, like, you really want to make sure that you're extending a certain level of trust and happiness to the customer. And if you can offer that, you'll never be out of work. Over here we have bags. Back to that organization we were talking about. I got these cute little doodads from the dollar store, actually. And I thought they were so cute and so my aesthetic, although my aesthetic has been black and white since literally 5th grade. We've been adding a little bit of pink in there, which is why the brand's called Pink Contour. Hi, how you doing? But, you know. Then we have these little mesh bags. Ooh, okay, so I forgot to mention these. Now, I love being able to use the same product line. If that makes any sense, I could be misusing that. But I went to Sally's. Now, when I was a little girl, like when I was young, like 13, when I started doing makeup actually, I would obsess over how like people like Diva Darling Chic and Nikki Tutorials would have the same brands. Not they would have the same brands, but they would have multiple colors of something from the same brand. And I just loved that. I felt like it would make me look way more professional if I can say, yeah, I love this brand and I love this product. I just need it in more colors. So I ended up going to Sally's in my adult life, even though, you know, that's such a superficial thing to say and to think, but I was 13, whatever. Anyway, I went to Sally's in my adult life and I just bought them all. I yanked them all off the shelf. This is when I worked there and I got that cute little discount because these were not as cheap as I thought they would be. And I just bought every last one and I've actually been loving them. I really love the shade range. I really love the versatility. I've used these for freckles. I've used these for brows. I've used one of them for a lip liner. They are, the way I sanitize them is kind of, I don't know. I need to really learn how to properly sanitize these because what I do is I just like cut the tip off or I scrape the tip off and then I like spray it with alcohol and let it kind of dry a little bit. I don't douse it, but you know, I spray it a little. And I don't know if that's the exact way you're supposed to do it, but I do that with everything, with my brow products, with my lipsticks, with my flash palette. Like I'll just scrape off the top after I soak it. and alcohol, which I'm gonna have a whole video on sanitation. It's gonna be stylized, as we spoke previously. I really love to do stylized photo shoots and videos. I don't really want to do that whole generic makeup tutorial thing, but you will see videos like that on my channel. I mean, you guys saw my foundation video, which was a total mess, but we'll get there, sis, don't worry. And then I have the Ardell Brow Sculpting Gel. Love this stuff. But I did manage to find this in the dollar store. Now, if you don't support CoverGirl, that's one thing. But if you don't have a problem with CoverGirl, or you don't get into all that, this works wonders. It's not necessarily comparable to the Ardell. I do find myself having to go back over the brows with this a few times throughout a shoot. I believe this one is water-based. I could be wrong on that, don't quote me, but for whatever reason, this one just doesn't last as long as Ardell, but it works. Then we have some cosmetic glitter glue. Love this stuff. I don't use it so much anymore, but I try to always keep it in my kit because you just never know. Like one day I'm gonna have to create a fairy and you know, girl. Then we have the NYX New York eye pencils, or eyebrow pencils. And these were my tried and true back in the day. I've repurchased them because I know they work. Unfortunately, I've only met one person that had hair that the collab pencils didn't work for. But that's why I keep this bad boy around, because this is actually her color. But otherwise, that's that. More baggies, some Germex, and that's that, boo. Like, that's the whole kit. You know, like, my kit price should be about $200. You can't charge everyone a kit price, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a relatively cheap kit, especially in comparison to what we're seeing a lot more of as far as YouTube is concerned. And it's definitely a cheap kit in reference to what, like, other makeup artists have. But don't worry about what other makeup artists have. Worry about what you can afford and what you know your client base is interested in. You know, like, at the end of the day, it's about them, not about, you know, stunning on Instagram. But yeah. Oh dear, has my finger been over the microphone the whole time? Gosh, how tragic. So the next video, this video you guys get, the sound might be complete trash because, girl, I can't, I'm not really one to fake a good time, if you know what I mean. Like, I can pretend to be happy, but it's so transparent. I'm actually in a good mood right now, which is why I'm filming. So if the sound gets a little muffled at some point, just bear with me. Sorry. I love you.